Hope everyone's been doing okay.
In the wilds of YouTube, the Bretonius moanus resurfaces, sniffling, snarling, and still utterly obsessed with Danny Christie. While Christie has moved on, Brett remains frozen in time, ranting like a wounded meerkat. It's a tragic spectacle, delusion dressed as defiance, echoing into irrelevance.
All diddling. I hope everyone is blessed. I hope everybody is well. The noise has calmed down a little bit now, hasn't it? I gave you 5 days to chill out and relax ever since you realised Danny Christie got flat-packed. Nothing else short to it. Yesterday's news now, but like I said, flat-packed.
Well, Brett, here's the issue. You quit. Not just any fight, but the first ever BKFC event in the UK. A historic stage, and you folded. You claimed you couldn't see against a bloke who wouldn't make it past the first round with a half-decent fighter. And yet, here you are, talking about Danny Christie, the man who went to war, who didn't quit, who actually showed up. While you were looking for the exit, he was pushing forward. But somehow, you think you're the one with moral authority here. It's not just embarrassing, it's delusional. You failed, publicly, and now you're trying to drag someone else down to mask your own cowardice. That's not strength, Brett. That's weakness dressed up as opinion.
But anyways, I just see a few videos circulating on here. YouTube, Traveller Bible, a lot of others. All still doing the same thing, trying to get clout off my name. Keep it coming. Listen, keep it coming, brother. There is no such thing in this world as bad press. Remember that. The more you mention my name, the more you put the videos on my name, the more I get paid, the more I get laid. That's how I roll, cha.
Just look at the state of him, slouched in his pip-sprung rental car like Jabba the Hutt on furlough, puffing his chest for the camera. Trying to get clout off your name, Brett. You're the one clinging to Danny Christie's name like a lifeline. Just read your own title. You cry jealousy while milking the man's name for views. It's pure hypocrisy. But don't worry, we'll keep watching. In fact, we'd love more uploads. The more you speak, the more deluded you sound. Keep them coming, Brett. We've got time.
You know what I mean? That's that, yeah. You can't defeat a man like that. You know what I mean? So keep it coming. And all these other big widos who's getting involved, who I've never even heard of before, never even seen before. I've just had one over on Brett, mate. Well, you haven't had one over on Brett, mate, because I don't even know who the fuck you are. I don't even know who you are. In this world, yeah, you're either a somebody or you're nobody, and you're a bunch of fucking nobodies. You know what I mean? You're equivalent to a fucking insect to me. Do you know an ant? You know when I wake up in the morning, I look at an ant on floor. Yeah, and it's marking up my kitchen table, and I think, do you know what? I'm going to stamp on that. That's exactly how I think to use.
Brett, you're fading. Look at your upload rate. Used to be daily, now it's weekly, if that. Why? Because you're getting roasted into submission. You're not even confident enough to face the comments anymore. That says everything. And look at the visual, the cheap sunglasses, the collapsed posture. You look like a collapsed circus tent. I'd wager you're clinically obese. Go on, post your BMI. Let's see if it breaks the NHS calculator. You couldn't survive a single BKB round. You're not a somebody. You're a spectacle. Not known for greatness, but for quitting. For ducking Danny in your own town. For cowardice dressed in content. You're a meme now, Brett. And not a good one.
Dead man's shoes. You there, mate? I suggest you get in that car and fuck off. Oh, lovely. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I want you to have a beautiful weekend. Lovely and chilled. Have a great one out there. Have a good, lovely time with your families. If you're not with your families, then get out, do what you got to do. Live life, love life, and live. And rip it up out there. It's as simple as that.
At this point, Brett's got nothing left to offer. No rebuttals, no insight, just the same recycled gibberish, looping like a scratched CD. He won't address Travel Bible's videos because he can't. He's run out of words, assuming he ever had any. He rambles like a man who's never passed an English exam in his life, because he probably hasn't. Slurred points, broken logic, and the attention span of a fish finger. It's not even entertaining anymore, it's just sad. And behind it all is something darker. Don't forget what this man's linked to. He's not just a clown. He's a cautionary tale. Obese, obsessed, and absolutely unfit for anything but ridicule.
Because life's too short. Keep doing what you got to do. Get out there, steady your own, get get on the grind. You know, come on, man. God don't fortune the lazy. Make sure you're putting in that work. Work. So, fighting talks. Now,
Brett, giving life advice is like a slug teaching sprinting. No one's listening. You're a joke, a quitter, and a walking meme. Even JDP's had enough. He's heard the truth and backed off. When even he won't support you, it's over. Let that sink in.
Not really much fighting talks to say. Like I said, I'm patient. I'll sit and wait till them big contracts come. BKFC, Misfits, anything. Big money, big platforms, big venues, I'm your man. You know what I mean? And I told you, when something's set in stone, I will come off this social media. I will go into super zone, yeah? I will isolate myself off in the cabin, in the woods, yeah?
Brett sat there like he's waiting for Eddie Hearn to offer him 6 figures. Delusional. But here's the issue. Anyone checking your fight record is going to laugh. You're barely online, barely relevant, and offer nothing. If you are the draw you claim to be, Brett, where are the offers? Misfits won't touch you. No one will, because you're not a fighter. You're a meme. And the only thing set in stone is whatever's burning in that pipe of yours.
A little cabin in the woods I've got, yeah? In the middle of nowhere, yeah? Nearest neighbour's like 10 miles away, yeah? I'll isolate myself off. And I'll put in the work. Rocky IV style. Trust me. That's what's on my mission. But it has to be for big money, big name, or somebody. Everyone knows I bring the headlines, I bring the views, I bring the TikTok, I bring the YouTube, I bring everything down. Yeah, everything down. And it's as simple as that.
A little cabin in the woods, middle of nowhere. Sounds like the hills have eyes. And Brett, you'd fit right in with that lovely incestuous clan. You look like one of them, talk like one of them, act like one of them. You wouldn't know what work was if it smacked you in the face. You're lazy, deluded, and all you bring is clown shows, quitting, and a heavy dose of cringe. You're not a fighter, Brett. You're the comic relief.
You know what I mean? So, Money Mayweather style, baby. Yeah. But anyways, Traveler Bible messaged me today saying this new fella, I don't know who he is, he's getting a bit of stick on there online saying I've had 1-0 over Brett May, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know if he thinks the Traveler Bible page is mine or what. I ain't got a clue. I can quite assure it's not mine. You know what I mean? I don't even know who it is, but the fella's a sound guy. He talks to me regular. But haters will hate, guys. Haters will hate. That's how it rolls. You know what I mean? I need people. There's no one what tunes in more than someone what hates you. So the more what people hate you, the better. The more views goes up. Look at Jake Paul there. Say what you want about him. He's doing 3 videos a week and probably getting £1 million off it. You know what I mean? You cannot beat someone like us. And I'll get to that stage. I will get to Jake Paul and Andrew Tate stage very fucking soon, my mate. You know what I mean? I'll keep grinding away, get these millions of subscribers in. And they can all suck on my balls while I'm chilled out getting fucking teabagged on $1 billion yacht. You smell what the mayo is cooking. Suck off.
Yeah, Brett, no one thinks you're behind Travel Bible. We've all seen your content. Creativity isn't exactly your strong suit. All you do is sit there, shirt off, spouting gibberish like it's deep. You're not clever. You're not slick. You're a freak, a weirdo, and when it's all said and done, a killer. That's what you are, Brett. Absolute scum.
I've just been chilling. I've been doing good. I'm moving house in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know where yet. Possibly Mary's in the centre of Newcastle.